Hi YouTubers, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. A devastating storm swept across Europe, Austria, Italy, and Corsica, leaving at least 13 people dead, with hurricane-force winds ripping up trees from the ground, golf ball-sized hailstones on homes, and flooded the streets with huge downpours. The winds were evidently about 140 miles an hour. Corsica got no warning of the coming storm. 3 children were among the dead, as well as a British woman in her 60s who was swept away by raging torrents of wind and waves while kayaking in Corsica. 45,000 households were without power on the French island of Corsica, while 5 others were killed, including a teenage girl crushed by a tree and an elderly woman smacked by a beach hut roof. 2 people were killed in Tuscany when trees were ripped up by the storm and fell on them. This was yesterday, Thursday, near the city of Lucca, and another near Caria. 4 people were injured by falling trees at a campground near Caria. I believe one 13-year-old girl was killed there. In Austria, 2 girls ages 4 and 8 were killed when the sudden storm winds toppled trees at a lake in Levant Valley. A video showed a Ferris wheel spinning wildly out of control in the Tuscan resort of Piombino. No one was on the ride at the time, and there was no reports of injuries. This is just a still clip of it just violently spinning around. I'll give you a link to the video down below. Another image from DW of a roof crushed by fallen trees. There's actually 2 of them here. Holidaymakers took shelter in schools and sports centers there. Yeah, I don't know why in Tuscany, why they did not give warning of this coming storm. While rain and heavy winds pounded the north, much of southern Italy remained in the grip of a heat wave. The temperatures climbed close to 104 degrees in Sicily. Here's one screen capture from a satellite radar of the storm as it came through Corsica, and another screen capture. On earth.nullschool.net, here's a current image of the last 3 hours of rain. This here is Italy. And this one here is showing the jet stream. Another one showing the heat index. They're saying they're supposed to get some more storms tonight. More heavy rain. The number of people who lost their lives in Austria rose to 5. Many areas lost power. Also, train services were canceled. Highways and main streets were closed to traffic because of flooding. 13 people have been reported there in Austria with injuries, including 5 children. The high winds also blew through Venice, blowing off cafe umbrellas across St. Mark's Square, dislodging brickwork from the cathedral bell tower. Look at the size of the waves here. Yeah, it's just like, wow. And another image of the storm as it was coming in the front of the storm. Yeah, it's still beyond me why Corsica, they never got a warning of these high winds. 140 miles an hour. It's like, wow. A 46-year-old man was killed at a campsite. I'm not sure which campsite it was. That was supposedly near the area of Calvi. The body of a 62-year-old fisherman was also discovered. And they said that the English woman both died as a result of the sudden storms, and 100 grounded. I'm not sure what that is. Probably airlines were grounded. Many people on vessels and sailboats ended up calling emergency services for help. Here's another image of grounded vessels. This here is an image of emergency services for the 2 girls that were crushed by a tree that were swimming at a lake. a screen capture of a roof being torn off a building. It's not very good. Yeah, it lifted completely off. There's the bare wood, and then pieces flying through the air. Flooding in Ferrara. Let me try and make that bigger. This car here was stalled. The heaviest of the storm there in Corsica only lasted about 30 minutes, but it was described as 30 minutes of hell. And once again, on the island of Corsica, about 45,000 homes were left without electricity, which came as a huge shock, as Metro France had not given advance warning and said the exact location of the storm was hard to predict. Sending prayers, and they're saying there's more storms coming tonight. Supposedly it's not going to be as bad, but I would be prepared just in case. Yeah, God bless you all. Be safe, and thank you for watching. Always be prepared for a disaster, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.